Hey, my friend, you were never meant to settle for a life that only half fits. You're meant to rise into a reality that reflects the depth of who you truly are. If you allow life to show you how good it can get, it will show you. And you allow it the way that you start thinking bigger for yourself. You stop limiting yourself when you think about your future, when you think about your finances with a mentality of lack, when you think about your love life from a state of unworthiness, or when you think about possibility from a state of not believing or doubting opportunities. You see, we spend so much of our lives preparing for the worst. We rehearse heartbreak before it happens. We lower our expectations so we won't feel disappointed, right? We train ourselves to believe that joy is fleeting, that abundance is rare, that peace is for other people. But what if we flip it around? What if you flip it around right now? And not just now. You start catching yourself every time when there is this old story, you replace it. What if instead of bracing for impact, you start preparing for miracles? What if you open yourself fully, unapologetically, to see how good it can really get? I want you to imagine something just right now. Imagine that there's a version of you, just few decisions, a few aligned actions away, who wakes up every morning feeling deeply safe in their body, deeply proud of who they are becoming, deeply in love with the life they are creating, grateful, noticing. This version of you doesn't chase, doesn't force, doesn't beg life to deliver. That version of you allows, is relaxed, is expecting good things to find you. That version of you is in a state of receiving and is looking back on old patterns, the patterns of self-sabotage, the settling, the doubt, from a state of compassion, knowing that those things were never proof of unworthiness. They were invitations to grow. They were maybe wounds from the past, initiations into a greater you that you can become by choice right at this moment. That reality is not a fantasy. When you dream about it, it's not a fantasy, it's a frequency, one that already exists, like a radio station. When you tune into it, you hear the music, right? It already exists. It's one that's there waiting for you to step into it. And the first step is believing that how good it can get. How good it can get. It's not wishful thinking, it's not wishing. It's actually your birthright. Just think about it. Maybe you've been born in an environment where lack was normal. But if you look around, not everyone is in lack. Because lack is not normal, it's trained, it's habitual. Normal is what we make normal. So when we talk about manifestation, we're not talking about magic tricks or blind optimism or some false faith. We're talking about physics, we're talking about science, we're talking about energy that responds to energy. The quantum field is like a mirror, that's what science says. It reflects back the vibration you hold most consistently. When you live from fear, scarcity, or resignation, life will echo that back to you. But when you align with curiosity, gratitude, and bold expectation, when you say, I'm ready to see how good it can get, you can even write it in the comment section, I'm ready to see how good it can get, the field organizes itself around that new signal. So yes, it doesn't change if you just say it once, But if you focus on the energy that's behind this saying, how it makes you feel when you expect good, when you expect breakthroughs, when you expect great opportunities, when you expect financial breakthroughs, and so on, how does it make you feel? Do you feel safe? Do you feel relaxed? Do you feel at ease? Do you feel like you're capable? That's the energy that reflects back to you everything that you are putting out. So when I say good is not just about external results. It's not just about money in the bank, love in your bed, or milestones on your timeline. The real good is what happens inside of you, as I said. It's waking up without the weight of yesterday's regret. It's feeling safe enough to take up space. It's trusting the timing of your path so deeply that you stop rushing and start living. From that state, that inner abundance, everything else naturally begins to align. So now you may notice that it is possible, but it's maybe not easy because the old energy is so habitual, the old state of lack or worry or misery or doubt or sadness is so habitual. So you need to find the connection between your focus and emotions you experience, between what you're focusing on and how you feel. Like when you focus on lack, you feel lack. When you focus on what is present, even if it's just a vision of something present in your mind's eye, you feel gratitude, you feel abundance, you feel like it's already here. And that's the work, that's the inner work we're talking about. That's what makes you magnetic. When you don't wait for it anymore, it's already present, it's already in your field as energy. Sometimes we talk about spiritual abundance that creates physical abundance. Spiritual abundance happens when energetically we already feel the presence of what we want. And what happens is usually that we experience an inspiring insight, guidance, or just a synchronicity that takes us a little bit closer to the event where that thing manifests. So, of course there will be resistance. Your nervous system might panic when joy arrives because it's been wired for struggle. Like, your mind may try to sabotage opportunities because it's more comfortable in familiar disappointment than unfamiliar success. So even if success finds you, you almost feel like it's not for you, and that's okay. Healing is not about never being triggered. It's about noticing the trigger and choosing differently. That's the real healing. Each time you allow yourself to receive a little more ease, more beauty, more love, maybe more relaxation, at times of uncertainty or whatever it is for you, you expand your capacity for even greater things. So how do you start? You start by noticing. Notice every small moment that feels like alignment. It may be a kind word from a stranger, a synchronicity, a quiet moment of peace. And instead of brushing it off like, it's nothing, pause and say, yes, this is part of it. This is how good it can get. It was already a part of the bigger breakthrough. When we start noticing smaller ones, we actually start inviting bigger ones. You start by raising your standards, not from entitlement, but from self-respect. Stop negotiating with the bare minimum. Start asking for more, expect more, become more. Allow yourself to think bigger. And you start by aligning your actions with that expectation. When you start to dream bigger, you will soon see, this is not self-respect. Like, that food is not self-respect. Being maybe slower, lazy, all the time is not self-respect. Sometimes we feel inspired for something and we don't act on it because we are so used to not act on it, because we were scared or afraid. So you will need to be very honest with yourself, because your subconscious mind always listens and always observes. When you don't do anything that you feel inspired to do, your subconscious mind says, he or she is not ready, so stop giving guidance until you will be ready. But when we become ready, when we truly start taking action with what we feel inspired to do, then doors start opening. We start to receive more of that inspiration. And it also comes to how we express ourselves. Are we speaking the truth that we want to live? Like, are we speaking it out? What we feel deep within? Are we moving like we want to move? It's about building habits that support your expansion rather than sabotage it. Because usually life is not just testing you, it's actually responding to you. And the more you anchor into the belief that extraordinary things are possible for you, the more evidence you will begin to collect. Doors you never noticed will swing open. People who align with your frequency will appear. Solutions that once seemed impossible will reveal themselves with ease, and one day you will look back and realize that what once felt like a dream is now your normal. And yeah, there will be some excitement, there will be some, incredible joy and happiness, and there will be celebration. Yeah, prepare for it. You deserve it all, my friend. So if you've been waiting for a sign, let this message be your sign. If you've been wondering whether you're allowed to want more, you are. And if you've been doubting whether things can truly change, they can, and they will. If you resonate with this, drop in the comments 1111. Let's raise the frequency. Also, write about what you're grateful for today. Let's raise the frequency in the comment section today, because life is not done with you yet. The story is not over. There are chapters ahead filled with beauty you haven't even imagined. And every time you whisper to yourself, like, I will show you how good it can get. I will show you how good it can get. Just say to yourself, I will show you how good it can get. You align a little bit more with that future. It's about training ourselves, hypnotizing ourselves almost, reprogramming. I will show you how good it can get. So take a deep breath, my friend. Soften your grip on how you think it's supposed to unfold. Let go of the timelines, the comparison, the pressure. Let it go. You're here right now. And right now you can decide that this chapter will be different. Whatever you're stepping in, even the next step, let it be intentional. This will be different. This time it will be different. And then don't wait for how it ends up. Know that it's all a part of a bigger picture. Have that feeling that what you want is already done. Don't wait it. Be in the presence of it and let it surprise you. Because at this point you're not settling. At this time you're opening. At this time you're saying yes to the highest version of your life, and you deserve it. Open to it. And when you do, the universe will respond in kind, not because you forced it, but because you finally remembered the truth. It was always meant to get this good. Yeah. I will leave you here. I hope you found great value today. I hope you've enjoyed in today's painting. I'm an artist and I share paintings with you together with these messages to inspire you to open your mind and to open your heart so we can invite this new energy in and let go of the old. To anyone who would like to get this painting as a symbol, You can find prints of my art on AttractPassion.com, where you will find all of my paintings in prints in different sizes, and also a few original ones if you're into art. By buying my art, you're also supporting this mission. Every single day I bring to you a new message that helps you to focus on what truly matters, to manifest your greatest possible version into this dimension. Yes, it's all here for you. My friend, have a beautiful day. See you in the next one. One love.